did that. This is why we need control of our own shit. This is why So Frail was written. Because how many motherfucking black men at any given time can just say, fuck it, let's pull the plug. Your masculinity is off when you can't do that shit. That means your essence is gone. They put a price on your shit. You feel me? They put a price on your shit. But you feel me? That's why I'm like, yo, this is warfare. That's why I'm so passionate about this shit. That's why I don't fuck with it. Because I know what this shit is. You feel me? The moment you start promoting intelligence. Because here's where it gets, and I'm not just talking about being smart, being a scholar. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas is building man caves for fucking video games. Ain't got no fucking book chips. The only books they got go to the video games they buy, and they don't even read them motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? That's why this motherfucking book was written. You feel me? It wasn't, I'm not PC. I'm not trying to be. Fuck that. Like I'm not trying to reach the talented 10. Fuck that. We need to stop that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? I've been saying this shit for a long time. The revolution's gonna start and end in the hood. And motherfuckers keep thinking that it's like, no, it's not. We're gonna make them elevate. You can't. You're trying to make them make a quantum leap. You're not trying to elevate them. You're trying to make them be like you. And who the fuck are you trying to be like? The talented 10th always want to be passed. Hey, sometimes bloodshed gonna happen, yo. This is the part of war. Y'all motherfuckers, we get caught up on the bullshit. If we still gonna be men and talk about being protectors and providers, this is why So Frail is what the fuck it is and why I had to do it. You feel me? Because you got the 10%, the elitist motherfuckers, the motherfuckers that want to sweep the hood under the rug and shit. Yo, you know how much innovation is in the hood? White people do. That's why they gentrify the shit, and then they go in and find the culture and shit on it, and then repackage it and say, hey, look at this new idea. Kylie Jenner has boxer braids. The fuck? Whatever. That's where it is. And why? Because ain't no protection in this motherfucker. Ain't no provisions. Ain't no masculinity nowhere in this bitch. I'm not talking about manliness. I'm not talking about aggression. I'm not talking about rage. I'm talking about the mental, physical, and spiritual embodiment of the essence of analysis and deconstruction. Because if we was rationalizing this shit, if we was actually using our masculine perspective from the shit, we would have bought the block a long time ago. We wouldn't get money and move to the suburbs around motherfuckers that don't even like us. Who move when we get there. They move to the places we just left from and they gentrify the shit. For them, this shit is a layup. But anyway, why is it that when it comes, a cornerstone of masculinity, and this is something that I touched on in the book several times, that I want it to be seen. A cornerstone of masculinity is intelligence. If by default, I don't give a fuck how you sugarcoat it, how you look at it. You can argue me whatever you want, because this particular point right here is gonna pinch a nerve only because it's intangible. You can't quantify it. If you can tell me we create the greatest athletes, you feel me? We create the greatest musicians. We create the greatest poets. We can create all this. Why the fuck are we not creating the most intelligent people? Because what's the commonality between all of these people? The greatest athletes. You feel what I'm saying? The greatest actors. You feel what I'm saying? The greatest rappers. What do they all have in common? Melanin. If that shit can do that on a physical level, imagine what the fuck it's gonna do to me on a mental and spiritual level. I know what it's gonna do to me on that level, because I do this shit all the time. This shit is like alchemy. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of that shit. Problem is because it's intangible. It's an intangible gift. It's an intangible skill. You feel what I'm saying? They don't, oh, you think you're a genius? Okay, now we're gonna give you an IQ test. IQ test is biased and it's cultural based. I'm not in the culture that created the fucking IQ test. Of course I'm gonna fail the motherfucker. But then when you start seeing black kids, it's like, oh, they scored higher than Einstein and fucking they got in a wheelchair. They scored higher than them motherfuckers on an IQ test. That should start to scare you. That should really start to scare you. If, in fact, this test was designed as an elimination test, it blocks people out that do not fit in the culture, do not understand the basics of that culture. and now your black child is starting to ascend in that. Now I'm not saying they're dumb. I'm not saying none of that shit. But I'm just saying, be mindful of that shit. Because if in the IQ test, and you know this culturally based, and this culture despises the very people that are now excelling in this IQ test, what's happening to the people that are excelling in this IQ test? What the fuck is happening to them in their education system? What the fuck is happening to them? This is why it's like, as men, as black men, we should be the educators of our children. You feel me? Now granted, I know the first teacher is going to be the mother. Why? Because mothers have intuition. They're able to connect on that level to give you the information, but who? You got to think about it.